Hello folks, it's Lance from JRG. I am on my way up to Kiel, Wisconsin again. This time to have the front tie rod put in and steering assist. On my last trip, we noted that both those were bent. I had not noticed before. In retracing my photography over the last number of months, it must have happened probably when I was running the Purple Trail at the Jeep Jamboree. It's the only place I can think of. I can think of one rock that maybe would have been the issue. But in any case, when I was up there, they noted it, and we tried to adjust it because she was out of alignment. In doing so, it was fine, except when I would go slow, like to go into a parking space for that, I would not have right-hand steering once in a while. Not a good thing. I'm not blaming anybody on that because it was something unforeseen. Dave's guess is more likely when we put them back in alignment, because they're bent, those two units were fighting themselves. So in any case, that was last week. I'm up here now a few days later. He ordered the parts. Those came in on Friday. It is Monday today, and I'm close to being up there, and we're going to get the install done on that. And since we're doing the install, I'll shoot another video on it, just showcasing that. If you have any questions on it, I believe this is going to be the Apex tie rod that's being put in, and the replacement steering module. He's seeing if the steering module, steering assist will be warranted, because there is a warranty through the company. So we'll see what happens. We'll follow along, folks. Got video partially put together. I'll show you before I leave today.
Nice.
I just got to do some voiceover work on it, but it turned out pretty slick.
Good.
And I'll do an intro. Yes, just like you say, I hate when those rocks just jump out in front of you.
Right? It's always at the most inopportune time.
It's a heck of a bend. All protective wrapped.
Right? The package are still pretty good.
Yeah, I'll say. Now you said that's aluminum?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice thing is aluminum, it deflects and doesn't bend well. It will bend if you hit it hard enough. It deflects to a certain point.
So in other words, I should watch not intentionally trying to put it on heavy duty rocks.
Yeah. Nice thing is these guys, really good warranty. The owner's a really great guy. So if you end up bending it, they will warranty. But he said, essentially, if you like twist the tie rod in half and you know you were doing something you shouldn't, just buy a new one. It's like, we'll warranty it out, but come on.
Got it.
Well, these are 1 ton ends. These go all the way up to a 2.5 ton, so you're not going to break them.
Okay.
I've tried. And I've busted 2 of these. So. Of course, at the most inopportune time.
Of course.
One of them broke, ran into a tree then, because the steering just let loose and just bam! And then the other one, luckily we got off the obstacle, right at the top, go to steer out, bang! So you gotta put the nuts on first.
So listen in this next part. Dave is going to give us a little background on himself and how he got into Jeeps in general and 4x4s, which I thought was quite insightful. So listen in.
You can have all this stuff.
So a question I haven't asked you before. How long have you been doing this, Dave?
Full time now for 6 years, and I've been wrenching on vehicles for about 30 years. Started helping my stepdad, and then I raced go-karts for a while. And then, yeah, I actually bought my first off-road vehicle at the age of 14.
That's cool. I know you do other 4x4s, but what got you into the Jeep thing?
So guys, we actually started wheeling with years and years ago. He had a Jeep, and then all the other guys that we were going with all bought brand new Jeeps actually in 99 or 2000. Obviously I couldn't, I was too young, I couldn't afford a brand new Jeep. So then, yeah, I bought, well, first I had a Chevy Blazer, and then I bought a 1982 CJ7 that I wheeled for a while. So yeah, just kind of Jeeps were the thing, and just kind of stuck with it.
Pretty
Had a
cool.
bunch when I lived in California, and yeah. It's like, I know how long I've been doing this. I'm like, wow, I'm getting old. I'm not even that old. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. It's crazy. Started out with snowmobiles and four-wheelers and all that. Well, snowmobiles back then, because really four-wheelers weren't what they are now.
Right.
Grandpa actually used to be president of the snowmobile club up north.
Okay.
So we'd help with trail builds when we were kids and stuff. Kind of just grew from there. So I remember when we used to do Jeeps, 35s were big back then, like really big for a Jeep. Now, heck, some of the Jeeps come with 35s.
Yeah. people running 37s and 40s.
Right? Well, it's kind of crazy because I always say like 37s are the new 35s and 40s are the new 37s, and I mean, it's pretty true. Vehicles are just getting bigger and bigger.
That they are.
Dave is adjusting his torque wrench and now going to make sure everything is tight to spec, which is very important in our modifications.
Nice thing is I absolutely love what I do. Love the people I meet. I mean, not a whole lot of walks of life where you can meet such a diverse group of people. People that you normally never just become.
Mhm.
I mean, I've met lifelong friends now doing this, which is awesome.
Well, and your involvement when you go to the Jeep events is really cool. People love seeing you there.
Yeah. Gotta have somebody to be the guinea pig to try stuff that normal people won't. Which is kind of funny because I am scared of heights. Yet, throw me a Jeep and drive that thing off a cliff. We're on an escalator in Vegas when we were out there for SEMA this past year. The escalator, biggest one I've ever been on. I bet you that thing had to be at the highest point, maybe 60 feet at least. Oh, probably at least 60 feet. Son's laughing at me. I have a death grip on that thing going up. Yeah. Jeep trails on the side of a mountain don't bother me at all.
That's weird, sort of weird. But I get it.
Yeah,
Just ride more at peace in the Jeep.
right? One nice thing is if you get a good spotter. I've had spotters before. I have no clue what's going on around me. They tell me to go left. They shove me off the side of the mountain. For all I know, I have no clue. So if you find a good spotter that you have faith in.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That was one of the big takeaways that I had from the Jeep Jamboree. Those guys were really good, you know, with the whole crew. Like I said, that the first day I ran the trail, they had a good line of Jeeps. They had close to 20 Jeeps in that group, which was more than you should, but because they like to keep it down to like 15 to 17.
Yeah.
But they had a good turnout, so can't knock that.
Yeah, and they keep everybody moving really good and everything. I mean, they do a great job at the Jamborees, that's for sure. And I think first Jamboree I did was 2000?
Okay.
2000 or 2001. Up in Drummond Island.
Oh, the Drummond one. Okay. How'd you like that?
It was fun. It was hilarious because I had my CJ7 at the time, stick shift carbureted, so I mean it was. Now it's like everything's so much easier. I love stick shift on these trails, know a lot of guys are like, oh my, you have, to me, you have so much more control.
Mm-hmm.
Like JK on 40s currently is an automatic. It took me 2 days out in Utah to learn how to drive an automatic on the trail. So I'd never had an automatic trail rig.
Okay.
I had no clue how to drive an automatic on the trail. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm like, they have their advantages and disadvantages, but I mean, I've been driving stick shift on the trail forever, so you kind of get used to it.
Right. And you used to the way of working through your obstacles with that rig.
Yeah, for sure.
Dave's son comes and helps with the alignment process of dangerous type.
Too much.
Last year at the Jeep Go Topless event.
Oh. It's always this thing, we talk to so many people all the time. It's like, oh, who you haven't met. Check measurements quick.
Because it's not on my way back. That door's taped shut.
Oh, that's, I thought you're, okay, got it. I thought you were doing noodle stuff, that's why I thought you were coming around. I'm like, oh, look at that timing. Stickers.
Now Dave is adjusting up the parts necessary to mount the Falcon Steering stabilizer. Unbeknownst to me, that was something I also bent up really well. And it must have been at the Jeep Jamboree 2025 at Mo Lake. I think on the Purple Trail, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the fun part, getting that bracket off. I don't know what they use for Loctite, but it's pretty good.
Easier than they thought it would be.
Yeah. I had one last week. It did not want to budge. Nice thing is their brackets are set up already for a bunch of different stabilizers.
Oh, okay. That is handy.
Yeah. So if you ever change the stabilizer down the road to whatever brand or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter because it's already set up for them.
How much do you have to adjust that for, Dave?
I just set it halfway, so about 4 1/8 inches. So otherwise, if you set it one way or the other, then it takes your steering away. So
Got it.
set it right away and. Nope.
A little speed up here, folks. As he's doing the adjustments, it requires some minor adjustment. I don't want you to have to wade through that. Right now it's just a matter of readjusting the stabilizer for the proper angles that fits well and doesn't impede anything. So Dave is doing his due diligence to check that out and make sure everything lines up well.
We're always a guessing game.
Mm-hmm.
It's turn.
Now I asked Dave what was the hardest trail he's run personally. I'm always curious to hear that because it gives me some insight when I want to run trails.
Dave, what's the hardest trail you've run?
Ooh, I would say probably, well, hardest normal people trail. I guess like a normal trail that anybody could do, I would say would be Pritchett Canyon out in Moab.
Okay.
We were down in Windrock, down in Tennessee several years back, and we tried a double black diamond down there, and yeah, no. I ended up on my side a lot. The other guy we were with caved in the entire back corner of his Jeep.
Ooh.
We got to one spot, and there was a road going straight. We ended up taking the road. I'm like, there's no way we're making it up that. It was like a 5-foot ledge going up a vertical hill, and yeah, no way. So, but yeah, Pritchett Canyon, and it was a lot of fun. Granted, we were out there. Guy ended up on the side on that trail too. 15 hours, I think, to complete with 4 Jeeps. two of us ran back to town. We were at the end of the trail. One guy broke. Ran all the way back to town to get a fan belt for one guy that broke. Come-alongs and ratchet straps for the other guy that snapped his track bar bracket.
Oh.
Ran the trail all the way back to them, and then ran it all the way back again. Yeah. It was a long day.
I believe it. Definitely sounds it.
But, I mean, beautiful country out there. I would say Utah is collectively the hardest trails I've ever run in my life. Like, overall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say Colorado is the most beautiful state to ever wheel. And I've been... Only spot I've never been in Colorado is Telluride, which I'm going this year.
Okay.
Otherwise, I've wheeled all over Colorado, pretty much everywhere imaginable. And it's funny because one year we were just south of Breckenridge, wheeled all the trails down there, and then another year we were just north of Breckenridge. So as the crow flies, maybe 10 miles apart, completely different scenery, completely different trails. Breckenridge and Buena Vista area, I would say, is probably some of the best scenery you're going to get out there for trails wise that I like. Where everything is close, because what people don't realize is just because it's right down the road. Yeah, right down the road in Colorado doesn't mean it's a 20-minute drive. It's usually 2 hours.
Right.
So, but a lot of fun out there, that's for sure. I always tell people if you go out to Colorado, add 2 degrees of difficulty because the elevation will mess with your mind. Like it's.
Okay.
I've had the most seasoned people out there for the first time, and they were scared shitless. Just because, I mean, if you're not, so it's called tree line. It's usually around 11,000 feet or so. Where trees just don't grow anymore because there's not enough oxygen.
Right.
Once you get above that and you actually see what you're on, it's a whole nother ballgame.
Oh, I'm not wheeled out there. I was out there when I was younger, and my dad actually took a road. I don't know if you're familiar with Cripple Creek.
Okay.
Well, he took it from Royal Gorge, and we were just driving a rental car, and that's literally, you're on a plateau, then you're on a steep overhang, and it's generally 1 lane wide.
Yeah, it gets, there's some areas that get sketchy out there, that's for sure. But, I mean, the ability and the way I always look at it, because my brother actually lives out in Colorado, he's a big hiker, mountain biker, snowboarder, all that. And a lot of them trails, unless you hike or mountain bike, you're not getting to them unless you have something like this that you can actually drive up these trails.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love it. I mean, to be able to get, we had a guy out there once, really couldn't walk very good or nothing. The trail was big enough where we could get him up to the plateau we were on this trail. And that's the thing, we all hiked up there, but it's like, unless you had a Jeep to be able to do it, you're never getting up there, unfortunately. So
Right.
to be able to, a lot of it for me when I take groups out there, the looks on their faces, like, getting to show these people that have never experienced, I mean, if you live in the Midwest all your life, and you've never really seen the mountains, it's eye-opening for a lot of people.
Right.
Which is awesome.
That's cool.
It's the softer side of it. I'm gonna just drop it down quick, see why that traction light came on for you. Here in Moab, and I'm used to, it's like, okay, Cliff, gonna be scared. Get onto the trail, and since I'm so used to Colorado trails, we get over there, I'm like, you mean I can roll up here and I'll still land up here? I'm like, this isn't scary. I'm used to rolling up here and ending up down there. I'm like, but that's once again, I mean, because Cliffhanger's honestly a really awesome trail.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a big gatekeeper in it, so if you're a 4-door and you're not lifted pretty good, we had a guy in 40s, 3.5 inches of lift, he couldn't get over it because the gas tank was dragging so bad. I got it through on my 40s and 4.5 inches of lift. I could clear that extra inch of lift. But that's in getting down into there. But once you get into there, the trail's amazing. So fun. And then riding along the cliff, and then we took lunch. There's a huge overlook into the valley. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Probably one of my favorite lunch spots I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. It's always nice to be able to eat in the wilds.
Yeah. A lot of times what we do now is, well, like do burritos or fajitas or chicken nuggets or something. We'll wrap them up and throw them on the engine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably been 2 years since I've had a cold lunch on the trail.
Nice.
And I've got it down timing pretty good on how long everything needs to cook. And I mean, yeah. That one day we did homemade fajitas. Oh, they're so good. Well, that's the thing, you get used to, like when we were out in Moab, we were out there for 2 weeks. Well, I'm sorry, but 2 weeks of sandwiches every day for lunch gets old.
Right.
So, yeah, we did egg rolls and stuff, so it's just nice to not have to have cold lunch. I did lose my lunch one day. We were down in S'more, Missouri. Open the hood, and half of it's gone. I'm like, great. So, had the Jeep up on the lift about a month later, and I found it. Fell and landed on the skid, between the skid plate and the exhaust. I'm like, yep, they're done now. At first, I'm like, oh, some animal's going to have some good food today. Nope, I ended up finding it. And on that trail, I knew the elevation where we were at on the trail. Because I had been the day or two before, I was up on the ridge line. So we're doing this trail. And I'm like, okay, it's got to start climbing. I'm like, I know where we're going. We round this corner. I'm like, oh, yeah, I found where it's. I'm like, we'll just have lunch here. Just a big old climb. And it was loose and it was wet. And hiked that mountain twice that day. The other guy got stuck. So, yeah, it was fun. Always a good time.
Well, like we were talking this morning, we work to get out in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, the stuff you see and do, I mean, it's totally worth it. Even just getting out of the normal grind. And I mean, for a lot of people that live in the city and stuff like that, I mean, just getting out in the woods is extremely nice.
I was like, why it's not technical at all, but it was so fun to do the Trans-Wisconsin Trail this year because actually I could have spent a week on that because all the little communities you could go into and have along the way. It would have been, it's just so much fun.
It's kind of like the old Route 66. I mean, they put in the interstate and all these towns are, and even like here, I mean, I remember as a kid before they did 141, I mean, the towns you used to go to and all that, now they bypassed everything, so it's like, so kind of like that. I mean, you get to all the old little towns and stuff like that just, you'd never give it a second thought because you're just driving down the interstate at 70 miles an hour. And
well, like the one place I stayed, the end of my first day, I just found by accident on Airbnb called Wedges Creek Hideaway.
Okay.
And it's east of Black River Falls away. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But it's a cool place because he's got camping, he's got cabins, He has wood fire pizza ovens. He has entertainment on the weekend.
Okay.
This big venue that you can watch entertainment. He's also got 2 big wedding halls.
Oh. It's kind of nice.
But you would never know it's there unless you get a search for it.
Yep. Well, it's like we were out in Colorado this year. Just went out there to drop off a customer vehicle. So we had just F-150 pickup truck that we pulled that out there with. So it wasn't an off-road ride. But well, let's go exploring. So we found this road. It was super, super easy. But you pass by this old ghost town. It's called Ghost Town Disc Golf. So they have this disc golf course set up in this old ghost town. And then we ended up running into a city called Central City. And it literally felt like walking back in the 1800s. It was... All the insides were modern because there's a ton of casinos there. Like on the insides of the build, that's what they make their revenue off of. It's one of the actually few cities in Colorado that actually has legal gambling.
Okay.
I think there's maybe 3. So you walk down this main street and it's just, they got the old cobblestone roads yet and all the old infrastructure. I mean, it's just so cool. It's like, this is awesome. I'm like, I'd love to come back out here like in wintertime just to walk down the main street in a snow. It's like, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, if I would took my Jeep out there, I would have never found that city. Because I'm like, there's no hard trails around there, and that's usually what I go for. would have never found it. I'm like, this is honestly really, really cool. A lot of cool stuff we did on that trip that, once again, because I have Jeep out there all the time, you never think to do, but... One of my favorite cities out there, what is it? I'm trying to think. We were just out there. It'll come to me. Awesome city.
It's morning brain cloud.
Right?
Do you mind if we check the air pressure in the tires right away too?
Yeah. Not a problem.
With the cold, I'm a little leery that...
Right? Yeah, and the traction light was because of the heating, so
Makes sense.
that should clear itself up.
Well, I'll say you got that down pat.
Right?
Now, can you do 40s by yourself?
Can I? Yes. Do I like
Do you like to? No.
I think my 40s, I think, are 125 pounds a piece, which is a lot to
Mm-hmm. Oh, you definitely got your weightlifting in for the day.
right? It's kind of nice. You just roll them up on your knee and then lift them up and on. Here's some practice. The rings that you can actually grab onto. That's
Right.
the other day, and there was no handholds, so I'm like, makes it a lot easier when you can grab onto a chunk of a rim somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I do have the little electric forklift now, so that makes even bigger tires a lot easier.
It's funny when I think back to my first visit to your
Oh.
current digs was when I came over to get these tires on. Nothing was in here
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, that's right, because I had the tires here, and not at the old shop at all.
Right.
That's changed a little bit since then. Heck, that was, I think, the wall was still in here.
Yep,
Then.
it was. I was actually trying to go back. I thought I shot a couple pictures when I was in here. I was trying to find them, but I didn't find them yet.
Yeah, that's changed a lot. Been a lot of hard work getting the new shop ready, but
Well,
it's
came to
definitely
fruition
nice.
quicker than I anticipated, though.
Yeah. A lot more hosting space. Like I was telling you, I mean, we just started planning Go Topless Day for this year, so it's
Mm-hmm.
nice having space to host fall events and all that stuff, that's for sure. I always get a little emotional knowing how hard I've worked throughout my life to get this far.
Oh.
And having an amazing family that's willing to help
That's key, too.
helps tremendously too. I mean, even as simple as having my son come out and help me torque steering, or hey,
Right.
I need help with this quick.
The big kahuna.
Yep. What do you want the tires at?
I think it had it, what, at 32?
Okay.
Voila.
City just south of Alma, Colorado. It's called South Park.
Okay.
It's between Alma and Fairplace. Alma is actually the highest unincorporated city in all of North America. Elevation's like 11,500 feet above sea level.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, the South Park city, they took all these old mining. So essentially, it's kind of like, you know, the CM essentially went outside. They moved all these old buildings, all this old stuff. So it's literally walking into the Wild Wild West back.
That's cool.
You could spend days there, and they got like placards and like all the different stuff. It's so cool. And then Mosquito Pass is actually right there. Incorporated that. Mosquito Pass might be one of the highest passes in Action Drive over. I know it's over 13,000 feet.
Oof.
Beautiful view up there. Cheap to get the Moab one. $32, you said?
Yeah. You would think that's smart, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I really hope you enjoyed the video today. I just thought it was a bunch of fun just hanging out with Dave in the shop while he was doing the upgrades and listening to him talk with such passion around some of the trips he's been on, what he's looking forward to do, and sharing that he's running a lot of the same equipment that he suggests to us. It isn't just trying to sell you something, he is actually running that product. That is something that I really associate well with sharing with you in this channel, is everything I share with you is something I would run myself. I'm not trying to tout something to you to sell something. I want you to be honestly happy with what you put on your rig and what you're using. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. We always appreciate that. Look forward to sharing more content with you shortly. There are a lot of chapters in this video. I know it was a little bit longer, but I want you to be able to jump around to the portions you wanted. Be it him just talking about the trails, the upgrade itself, or anything else that's listed. Until next time, I'll see you on the trail or maybe at a show. Bye-bye.